Welcome to the Kaspa Finance dApp. First, you want to make sure that you have claimed all of your testnet tokens. Make sure to check out our video on how we initialized the wallet and claimed all those tokens if you haven't done so already, or if you're not sure how to do it. Today's video is going to be about providing liquidity to the Kaspa Finance V3 DEX. In order for swaps to take place, liquidity is required. So by participating within this part of the ecosystem, we're helping facilitate and aid the successful swapping of various tokens within Kaspa Finance. The pools are ordered by TVL, which is total value locked by default. Total value locked basically just means the amount of money or capital within the protocol. My recommendation is that we just play with the test tokens that we claimed before. So not wrapped Ethereum or anything like that, but let's play with Block, KFC, Gem, FCN, USDC, and of course USDT. Let's get started by clicking on Gem USDT. This one only has $200,000 in TVL. Now just a brief explanation for you here on how a V3 DEX works. So this is a Uniswap V3 style DEX. Traditional AMMs or automatic market makers like Uniswap V2 spread your liquidity across the entire price curve. So that's from $0 all the way up to infinity. But V3 introduces concentrated liquidity. Now what this means is you choose where your liquidity is active on the price curve instead of spreading it thinly across all possible prices. The first step, you would want to select your fee tier. Now just to quickly explain here, these represent the fee that traders pay per swap, and LPs receive a share of this fee as a reward. So anyone who's providing liquidity here, they are the ones who are rewarded. First, we have 0.05%. This should be noted that this is mainly for stable pairs. So something like USDC to USDT, for example, you'll see most likely here, or some various wrapped versions of assets, for example, KBTC and WBTC, if that was a thing here. These are lower volatility and have much tighter spreads. So that's what you would select for pairs like that. So more volatile assets, you want to set it to 0.3%. Gem being a volatile asset, this is what we would select for the most part. And this would be optimal for this particular pair. We also have 1%, which is for exotic or illiquid pairs like meme coins. They are more prone to high and permanent loss and low volume. As the liquidity provider, you choose which fee tier to provide to. So let's select 0.3%, which should be optimal for the Gem token. Now you can see we have this price spread here. A V2 DEX would be the equivalent of setting it at 0 to, I would say, all the way out to here, right? That would be what a V2 DEX would cover. So that's providing liquidity to every single price within this entire band. Whereas if we can narrow the band, the rewards for liquidity provisioning are optimized and much better. We also have these little template buttons here, so you can go 10% of price, 20% of price, 50 or full range is the equivalent of a V2 DEX. 50% is good, but if you want better fee rewards, then you'll probably select something a bit smaller like 10%. But with this volatile token, we could probably go 20%, and I think that's probably happy medium. Next, we have the deposit amount. You saw we have testnet tokens for both USDT and for Gem, so we can just go in and either go 25%, or you can just send in 500 tokens, or we can actually go from the USDT side as well. It's really noted that when you're providing liquidity, you need both assets in order to provide liquidity. So if you're trying to provide liquidity to a pair and you don't have the token on the other side, you'll need to go to swap and swap some of your other assets for the other side that you wish to provide liquidity for. Because we're just working with tokens that we already have, we don't have to worry about doing anything like that in this case. So we've got $500 in USDT. You can see it's automatically resolved to the other side to balance the pool. We just need to enable both spending and usage of the Gem token and enable the spending and usage of USDT. So let's get started. Let's enable Gem first. The approval of spending is standard for EVM, and it's a security measure. We're good to go. We can click Add now. You can view the prices in Gem or in USDT. You can review the liquidity here in this box and then click Add. Now we'll get a transaction pop-up message. We just click Confirm on that, and the transaction is submitted on the Kaspa Explorer. We can see it's already submitted to the chain. Incredibly fast, of course. expect no less with Kaspa. It's as simple as that. Now you have provided liquidity, and you can come over to the liquidity tab here and you can see exactly what pools you currently have provided liquidity to. Nice and easy, right? If for any reason you run out of Kas, you can always claim more after your 24-hour period has expired. And that's how we provide liquidity to the Kaspa Finance V3 DEX. Happy trading!